What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this Arsenal preview here on Anfield Agenda, and we are of course being proudly brought to you with thanks to our sponsor Circl. The football sweepstakes game where the winner is of course decided by events that happen live on the pitch and every moment counts. If you would like to join us for our goal gifter circle for the Arsenal game at the weekend, you know what to do. Scan the QR code in the top right corner or go into the description of this video and you will find the link where if you're a UK resident and your age 18 years or over, you are eligible to come and play along with us. It is a gambling product, so of course we urge you to gamble responsibly. And if you would like to get yourself £5 in free bets when you deposit and place your first £5 of bets, use the referral code anfieldagenda on sign up, and that will make sure that they will credit your £5 in free bets if you do the steps that I've just told you about. And also, there is a new exciting part to the Circl family that is getting launched this weekend, and this is something that I've been sitting on for a while, looking forward to being able to share with you. Are you ready? Yes. Match 5 numbers in 5 fixtures to win £1 million in cash. So remember, make sure that you sign up, scan the QR code top right hand corner, and you can be in with a chance to win up to £1 million kicking off this weekend. Thank you to our sponsor Circl. So look, I'm going to do what I always do now, my friends. I'm going to take you through my score prediction, my starting 11 prediction ahead of the game against Arsenal. Look, I don't even know if it's a big game anymore. I don't even know what it means with regards to our season, because I can't lie, I needed at least 6 points from these 9 to keep any belief that we were going to be in the Champions League race, and we haven't got it. We've got 1 point from the first 6 available from the Manchester City, Chelsea, and Arsenal games. So for me, I think we're chasing the Europa League place at best, but you never know until it's mathematically impossible. We've got to keep ploughing ahead. So I'm going to go through the 11 that I'd like to see and the score prediction that I think ahead of this game. And as always, I want to know your thoughts. Do you agree with the 11? You're not going to agree with my 11. Let me put that out there early doors for this video. You're not going to agree with the 11 I've gone with, but I'm going to do my best to explain my thought processes along the way. If you haven't hit the subscribe button as well, my friends, please do. And most importantly, we hope that you can join us for a watch along of the game on Sunday. We will of course be starting about an hour beforehand, so 3:30 p.m. over on the Anfield Agenda Twitch channel, and of course you can find the link to that in the description of this video as well. So let's get straight into it with the score prediction. And what have I gone with? How many are we going to beat Arsenal by? I've gone 2-2. And I think that's a fair estimation or a fair guess as to what we might get from this game. Are we capable of going and beating Arsenal at Anfield? Yeah, of course we are. Are Arsenal capable of coming and getting something? Absolutely. They're in unbelievable form. They've won their last 5 in the league. And they know that all eyes from Manchester are going to be on them for this game. If they can get something from Anfield, then that takes it out of Manchester City's hands. If we were to beat Arsenal, then they play Manchester City later on in the month. That puts the title race back into Manchester City's hands, because if we beat Arsenal and then Manchester City beat them, that turns around that 5-point advantage. So they will want to get something from it, and I think it's going to be a really entertaining game. I hope it's end-to-end and open. I've gone with a 2-2 draw. I think that's a fair assessment, but again, I'm interested to see what you guys think. I'm in no way saying we can't win the game. I think we can win the game. In fact, I think we may win the game, but based off what we've seen in the last 2 games, it's a guess at which Liverpool will show up. So with that in mind, let's now start to go through the starting 11 that I'd like to see for this one. Of course, I'd love to know yours in the comments as well, but we'll start off with the goalkeeper and the centre backs as we always do. I'm bringing him back in Virgil van Dijk. Of course I am. That is, of course, if he has recovered from the illness that kept him out. And I believe he has, or at least the club are hopeful that he will. So if he's fit and available, him alongside Ibrahim and Kanade. And again, they weren't great against Manchester City as a duo. I thought Kanade and Matip did okay against Chelsea, but you've got to give Virg the chance to get his form right. So Virg and Kanade in centre-back positions for me. And this is where you're going to have to start bearing with me, because I know a few of you are going to hate me after the next 2. So in the wide areas, in the wide fullback positions, I'm going for Joe Gomez over Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson to come back in at left-back. Now, again, my thought process for this was, I actually think Joe Gomez did okay against Chelsea. And he had Chilwell to be up against, and he had Pulisic later on in the game. And for this one, with the pace that Arsenal have and with the trouble they're going to cause us, I would rather have Joe Gomez. He's got the recovery pace. He's got the defensive awareness. He still has some of the same issues as Trent with regards to ball watching at times. And I know I've said he has defensive awareness, and then I followed that up by saying that he's ball watching, but I think that's the one critique of Joe Gomez that I have, is that far too often, particularly when he's at centre back, he's not aware of what's behind him. But I would back him in foot races and in effort against those Arsenal left-sided players. So for me, I'm going with Joe Gomez. This isn't again to say there isn't a way back into the team for Trent, but again, for this game, I think Joe Gomez will be a better fit. On the left, then, of course, bringing back in Andy Robertson. I don't think Kostas Tsimikas really grasped his opportunity the other day. So, again, it's Robbo for me that gets the start. Now we come into the really tricky part. And I have gone to a 4-3-3 here because, well, I hope it becomes apparent when I start to give you a look at the midfield. So it was really interesting to hear from Curtis Jones that he's going to have this ankle issue right throughout his career, where he will have a period where he's able to train for 4 days and then has to have a day off. If that day off happens to fall on a game day, then Curtis Jones isn't going to be available. What use is that going to be for us long term? I don't know. But with that in mind, what have I gone for in midfield? Yep, I know, you're looking at it and you're already hating me, right? But again, hear me out. Fabinho is the only holding midfielder we really have available. Bajcetic isn't, he's out for the remainder of the season. Henderson isn't really a natural six. Thiago can play there, but he isn't back yet. So I've really got a choice there. I've got to go with Fabinho. And then I've gone for James Milner, simply because I think James Milner deserves a shout ahead of Henderson, because Henderson's been abysmal. He really has. James Milner at least hasn't had as many minutes in his legs, and I think he can provide a bit of more steel on the right-hand side and protect and help Joe Gomez out, particularly with the likes of Zinchenko and stuff bombarding down the left for Arsenal. Gabriel Martinelli has had Trent on toast on a few occasions, so I think James Milner in there to just give us a bit more grit, a bit more fight in midfield, because that's the one thing that annoyed me most about the Manchester City and Chelsea games, was the sheer lack of fight and effort from us. So I'm going for Milner on the right hand side. Curtis Jones, I think he deserves to start based on his last game, and I'm always trying to be fair on here, and I know you think I criticise people too much at times or I go over the top, but I really do base it off what I see, and I've seen enough from Curtis Jones against Chelsea. He was our best midfielder, yes, best of a bad bunch, but still our best midfielder. So for me, Curtis Jones deserves the opportunity to start in this game. We have 11 midfield options when all are available and fit. And even at their very fittest and best, we probably only have 3 or 4 that I think are capable of actually doing a job. So again, it's needs must, and that's what I've gone for in midfield. Now we move into the attack, and this is where it gets a bit more familiar. So in the wide areas, I'm going for Darwin Núñez on the left, and of course Mohamed Salah to come back in and get a starting berth on the right hand side. It was a huge shock to see Kloppo rest, rotate, drop, whatever phrase you want to use, Mohamed Salah for the Chelsea game. He said he wanted to go for more energy. I don't think it really worked out. We didn't really lay a glove on them in attack. So for this one, I want Darwin and Mo in their usual positions. And down through the centre, it was really a straight decision for me between Jota, Bobby Firmino and Cody Gakpo. And look, it came down to it. I had to go for Cody Gakpo because I thought Jota was pretty awful against Chelsea. And it's okay. I'm not going to go in on Jota. He's coming back from a long time out, and that's understandable. It's going to take him a bit of time to get up to speed. And Bobby, well, Bobby just looks like his best days at Liverpool are behind him, and of course we know he's moving on at the end of the season. So for me, this is it. Cody Gakpo through the centre. I've been really surprised pleasantly with how quickly Cody Gakpo has adapted to our system, and I think that that's the front three that we should go with for the game. So again, just to recoup, it's Alisson in goal. Right back, it's Joe Gomez. Left back, Andy Robertson. Centre backs, Ibrahim Konate and Virgil van Dijk. In midfield, I hate myself even having to say these 3 names together, but it is what it is. I've gone for Fabinho, James Milner and Curtis Jones on the left, with Cody Gakpo to the centre, Mohamed Salah on the right and Darwin Núñez on the left. So that is it from me, my friends. I hope to see it for the goal gift to Circl that will be running for the Arsenal game. Make sure to scan the QR code in the top right hand corner of the video. It's a £5 buy-in for this one with a maximum of 100 places and a complete jackpot if everybody buys in of up to £500. It is a gambling product. To be gambler.org is there if you require any safer gambling tools. Thank you, my friends. I really do look forward to catching up with you all on Sunday. Have yourselves an absolutely fantastic Easter weekend. Eat loads of chocolate, eat loads of hot cross buns, and stuff yourselves rotten. Why not? It's what life's about, isn't it? You know I will. Oh, look at me. Did you think anything else? Let's be honest. Go on, my friends. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.